Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's intellectual exchange. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to engage with you all on the topic that is of utmost importance, equity and access in education. As educators, advocates, and stakeholders, it's imperative that we address the pressing issues surrounding educational disparities and work towards creating inclusive learning environment for all. So our guest today is Mufida. Mufida, please can you tell us a bit about yourself before we kick into the question?
Thank you very much, Gloria. Um, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Mufida Bashir Isyaku, and I am the founder of Refugees Educational Support Organization, an organization that thrived 16 years ago. Yeah, about 16 years ago when I started teaching. I am a passionate serial entrepreneur, like I engage in so many entrepreneurial activities. I do basic business trainings, and recently, about 5 years ago, I joined the Women Protection Empowerment cycle, and with that, I could say I am an enthusiast in that aspect and a girl child education advocate. Because for education, like for the girl child, everything is is not enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good to hear this about you. Okay, I'm just going to kick into the questions immediately. So could you share with us your perspective on the current state of equity and access in education based on your experience and observations? Did you get the
Okay,
question?
thank you.
Okay.
Once again, thank you, Gloria. Yeah, I do. Thank you so much for this question. From my own point of view, I look at equity, um, equity in education as the basis, because I think it's um, the basic thing, and I want to reiterate that many of these marginalized people, many of them, most of them, are actually lagging behind in education. So, and because of that, they, I want to be sure that I'm answering your question right. Otherwise, maybe you have to reiterate the question, Gloria. Thank you. You are muted.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You are answering my question. Go ahead.
Okay. So, access to education is for all, and I think this is what gave birth to my own organization, because I realized that most of these marginalized people are not engaged in this act is in education, in the educational space, because you see most of them are deprived of education. So I deliberately and calculatively decided to ensure that how can I foster equity in education by ensuring that the marginalized are taking part in the education, and as well the girls, because I'm a woman. I know the relevance of a woman education, and so I think from my own point of view, they are still lagging behind. Like, we need to do more and more and more. There is need for people like you, myself, and a lot of us to put hands together to ensure that we see that there is access to education for both women, because still women at a percentage, we can say we are we are falling back still, and not to talk of the marginalized ones. So really, access to education is a key, like Fostering it is a key and is an action point for us, for the whole of us, education change makers. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your insights on the current state of equity and access in education. It's disheartening to hear about the persistent disparities faced by marginalized students. Your first-hand experience highlights the urgent need to systemic change to ensure that all learners have equal opportunities to thrive academically and beyond. Thank you very much for your brilliant answer. I truly appreciate. All right, I will go straight to the second question, which says, in your own opinion, how can technology be utilized as a tool to bridge the gap in access to quality education, particularly for those without adequate resources? Did you get the question, or should I repeat it?
Oh, yeah, I do get the question, and it's a very huge one, you know. This is a robust question because if you think if you're asking me how can technology be utilized to to bridge the gap in accessing education, like the quality education we're talking about, to these marginalized people or to people generally, you know, technology is the heart of everything now, and I think we're leveraging on education as on technology as we speak to each other now. Without technology, we wouldn't be here, we won't be able to speak virtually and all of that. So the role of education and the role of technology cannot be overemphasized. Like we needed it yesterday, but at least we have it today, and we're still thriving and seeing how we can ensure that this technology reaches to these most marginalized people. So how can we do this? That's your question, right? Now, in my opinion, I think providing our support, reaching out to these people, engaging them in tech, enrolling them in tech classes, even if it is in batches, just like something we do, I think would, you know, we can't cover everything, but at least we will do our part, we'll play our part. For instance, if I can do this, from my little support, I can be engaging them into this technology classes and having literacy in computer, going deep down, reaching out to this community, having a few of them, and then training them, and then stepping down the training, and then of course we can do this. You're doing it where you are. I do it here, McDonald over there, with resources. Of course, technology cannot be utilized without resources, because that's just the most disheartening issue. Like everything can be at the fingertips of everyone, but this has to be really with adequate resources. So, in a nutshell, we can create virtual classes, we can do a lot of trainings, but with a lot of resources.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. Your perspective of technology to bridge the gap in access to quality education is inspiring. Honestly, it's evident that innovative solutions have the power to reach learners in underserved communities and empower them with educational resources. So your emphasis on leveraging digital platforms and digital tools and interactive tools underscores the importance of embracing technology as a catalyst for positive change in education. Thank you very much, Mufida. Thank you. McDonald, please, do you have anything to add to what we've just discussed today? Because we just have just 2 questions. So do you have anything to contribute? I think I can't hear you. Mufida, can you hear him? I can't hear you.
No, I can't hear him either.
Yeah, I can't hear you,
I can't hear him.
McDonald. Okay, I think you. Yes, I've just let you in. Yes, I've just let you in.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. We can. I believe you can hear
Yeah.
him. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming through.
All right. So I'll just remove my audio. Okay. So basically, I was saying technology is very, very important when we are trying to bring on board women from different backgrounds. Normally what happens in classes is as Africans, we we have a culture. And most of our cultures, I've studied cultures. Of course, I haven't been in different places, but I've studied cultures of different countries. You realize that women are not put forward. It's men, 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 men. Our culture embraces men a lot than women, but the technology is not segregative. So if we use technology, women are going to be exposed to different things. While if we focus on people or training women, the community has a culture which will take a lot of time for that culture to be improved, leaning towards the women's side. So I believe that if we use technology, if we utilize technology, it's easy. It's easy to get on board all the women. And again, the other thing is like with the Green Sounds, one of the concepts, one of the initiatives that we do is gender responsive pedagogy. So in this case, we train teachers. So we train teachers. We also train parents. We also train SMCs, school management committees, on how they can handle gender issues. Because if we put women first, it is easier to educate the whole family. It is easier to educate the whole nation. So what Mufida has, I would like to just concur with Mufida what she has said. We really need to put a lot of finance as far as technology is concerned. As you already know, Africa is lagging behind as
Yeah.
far as technology is concerned. But we have technological superpowers in Africa. I like the technology in Nigeria. You're doing movies. You started doing movies long, long time ago. I like the technology level in South Africa. If we can utilize these kind of technologies from within Africa, I am very sure that we can do something as far as educating the girl child is concerned. So I just wanted to concur with Mufida. And look here, I would like to concur with you as well, Gloria. You're the lady, huh? You see, this is what we are supposed to see. You know, women are not, their stories should not be told by men. It shouldn't be me, saying girls this, girls that. What about the girl? Or women this, women that. It's very funny. You find that in government positions, you find that in NGOs or positions that deal with women issues, that deals with gender issues. You find that a lot of positions, big positions, are being held by men. You go like, what is happening? How can we have a man on top of that particular arm? So it's good what you're doing. I think a lot of people should emulate this. A lot of NGOs should emulate this. And if we join hands, by the end of the day, we can win this war.
Yeah.
We are not saying that the male child should not be educated, but it should be responsive to all the genders, to whether a boy child or a male child. I mean, or a girl child. So that's what it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. It is. I've just listened to both of you, and in fact, I'm just inspired, and I believe that people that will watch this out there will also get something from this, because it has to do with. McDonald, can I mute one of your system, please? I think it's echoing. I don't know if it's affecting Mofida. It's affecting me here. Hello, McDonald. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay. As I was saying, thank you very much for today's session. Mufida, do you have any other thing to say before we call it a day? Because this is just a very quick and few questions for you.
Yeah. Actually, after McDonald has, sorry, has spoken, he brought about something that I really wanted to share, which I really forgot to do that.
Okay.
Basically, there was a time we were collaborating with that culture for people, and I was discussing with the founder on some certain issues around women, and I was relating how the whole organization mine emerged, and he was like, "How can we see? I just wish I could see a day when you would just go on and tell the world your story." So that was what aligned was with what McDonough was saying. A lot of women, their stories are being told by others, and we need to tell our stories all by ourselves. For
Exactly.
example, now, let me make use of this GBV survivors. Instead of us to say, okay, so there was this girl in so community, so thing happened to her, and this was how she overcame it. This is the support we gave her. This is how she grew. This is who she is now. These stories are to be told by this particular woman, not somebody. It will be more interesting to listen to it from the ear, from the mouth. Yes, firsthand. So this is why women need to be educated. I tell you, there are lots and lots of incredible, interesting, intriguing, empathic, and all of the call the name stories around women. And most of the stories are being kept because there is no, what do I use? There is no education. There is the disparity.
And
And
no voice to share.
yeah, so they have no voice. Now, what McDonald said, if they can have a voice, virtual knowledge, if they can have that and be able to even speak of virtually, they don't have to attend a conference in the UK, they can speak from where I am speaking now. Like even myself and you, we can speak at a conference while we are at the comfort of our houses. Now, but we can only do that while we were educated, as well as while we can use technology, leverage on technology. So these two questions of yours, access to education and leveraging on technology, are so paramount that we need to do more, because I think we are not doing really great work. We need to put more efforts, myself, you, and every change maker, these innovative ideas. Let's think outside the box. Let's put a lot. Let's invest, and let's ensure that access to education, girls, particularly women. Now, let's not talk about girls alone, women. Girls, women around the world, in marginalized places, in hidden communities, as far as there is network, they should have access to education and technology so that they can be able to speak and they can be advocates of that in their respective communities. Thank you.
Wow. Kudos to you. Well done, Mufida. I think this is the voice we are talking about. You can see she just spoke. If all women will stand up to speak just the way you have, I don't think we'll be talking about these disparities, access, or we will not be talking about this. So we need more voices like that of yours. And also, McDonald, you are doing great job, honestly. Empowering women, empowering youth in Malawi is an awesome thing you're doing, honestly. Keep it up. And I pray that in the near future, and in fact, very soon, we'll be able to achieve all these missions, because it's something achievable. We can achieve that. We can, but what we need is continuity, not just speaking, saying it's okay, we'll do this, and we'll just relax, waiting for who to start. It has to begin with us. Let's start. If we start, people will just join in. But if we say, okay, we're waiting for someone to start, who is going to stand? Who is going to come up to start it? So I really appreciate all your efforts. Thank you very much. I know we are heading somewhere. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And I know the world will hear about our impact by God's grace. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to, any other thing before I bring this to an end? Any other thing?
Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind gesture. I think I am honored immensely by this invitation, and I look forward to, like, feel free to reach out whenever I have a chance. I'm ready to talk and to participate, and let's do this together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mufida. McDonald, any closing remark, anything before we close?
Yeah, I think one thing, I'm sorry about my background. I couldn't be in my office as I was monitoring my last class. So yeah, but it's good to do this again. I think, like I said the previous time, I said that we should do this more often. When we bring like minds together, iron sharpens iron. So when we bring like minds together, and we can achieve something great. You from that corner of Africa, I from this corner of Africa, and everyone else. I think Africa is so rich, not only minerals, not only about natural resources, but even the mines. We have great mines. So if we bring the great minds together, we can achieve a lot, and we are heading towards a right direction. Just keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. So as we come to the end of our discussion today, I want to express my gratitude to you all, you both, for your insightful contribution and thought-provoking answers. So our dialogue tonight has shed light to the complexities of equity and access in education, and I'm hopeful that together we can continue to advocate for change and strive towards more equitable future. Thank you all for your dedication to this crucial cause, and I look forward to our continued collaboration in the pursuit of educational justice. Thank you very much, and we are going to call it a day now. So till next time, let's say goodbye. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.